Right now, Gross Reservoir southwest of Boulder is closed, and it's going to stay that way for several weeks as crews clean up a deadly crash. Early Saturday morning, a truck working on a construction project there went off the road and hit more than 40 feet of water. The driver, 28-year-old Matthew Liu of Arvada, was killed. The contractor is now trying to remove the vehicle and make changes to prevent another accident. The decision has been made to stop all recreation at the reservoir for now. That includes anything on the water, along with hiking in that area of Boulder County.
Starting today, the state health department will send texts and emails to parents of kids under the age of 5 to tell them about the newly available kid COVID vaccine. Yeah, mobile clinics started offering the baby shots on Wednesday. Joining us from Children's Hospital Colorado and Highlands Ranch is 9 News reporter Angeline McCall. Angeline, that location, one of many that are going to host clinics this weekend.
Yeah, and already the clinic that is happening here is full. So parents are really jumping at this opportunity to get their kids vaccinated. It's the first time, and mobile clinics just opened up yesterday for these baby boosters, or excuse me, these baby shots, I should say. And when it comes to the shot, doctors say that children tend not to get severely ill, but they can still have long-term and long-lasting symptoms, and they can still get sick from COVID. That's why they're pushing for parents to make sure that they get an appointment with these text messages as well as emails. Now, mobile clinics started offering these shots on Wednesday, but again, that reminder is being sent out starting today, asking you to contact your child's primary care provider, local health department, or community center to make an appointment. Some parents describe this moment as a relief.
It really just gives us so much relief to feel safe to go out and return into normal life. I think we have been extra cautious. My husband is in medicine, I'm in public health, and we've been hearing and watching what so many people are going through, and even though the risk is low for them, we're told things can happen and we don't know enough, and we're just relieved that she's safe.
And there is a bonus for parents. You are entitled to time off of work so that you can get your child over to a doctor or a clinic or your health department to get this vaccine. So that's a big plus for people, especially under a time crunch.
Absolutely, it is. All right, thank you very much for the update. And new this morning, a study has found long COVID can impact children. Researchers looked at 44,000 kids of all ages, infant to 14 years old in Denmark. They specifically looked for general ailments, things like headaches, mood swings, fatigue, memory loss, concentration issues, that sort of thing. The 11,000 children who got COVID-19 were more likely to have at least one of those symptoms for a month or two. The researchers say that this shows that while children getting long COVID is kind of low, it still is a possibility.
This morning, concerns in Douglas County about an idea to address homelessness. A majority of the commissioners are considering the purchase of pallet shelters. It's a space for people to sleep with heating and air conditioning. During a public meeting last night, a member of the sheriff's office said there are some legal challenges with removing a person from public property, like parks. Commissioner Abe Layden says that can become less of an issue when the county offers a place for people to stay, like these shelters. But many residents say they are very against the idea. Some were concerned about property values. They also want to see if other existing programs for people experiencing homelessness work first.
We are going to destroy the essence of Dougco. Dougco is not Denver. Keep Denver, Denver. Keep Dougco, Dougco.
We all need to come together, but putting them in an encampment, we all know that that's a short-term fix.
No final decision has been made and no location has been determined if it does pass. The county also plans to start a campaign to discourage people from giving money to panhandlers. They want residents to contribute to local agencies supporting the homeless instead. They're also encouraging the community to call their new HEART team. It's a group of officers and navigators who can connect people experiencing homelessness to resources that are available. This morning, a procession for a volunteer firefighter shot and killed while driving on I-70.
Aurora police say that John Jaros was in the car with his wife and 3 children when it happened. Officers think street racers were involved in the shooting. 9 News reporter Kelly Rinke spoke with John's sister.
Neighbors knew John Jaros as a volunteer firefighter in Larimer County, someone who dedicated his life to serving his community. John's biggest job titles were husband, father, and brother.
Even if he was going to give me a lecture, he was always on my side. Like he cared. There's not a lot of people that care like that.
His sister Becky lives in Minnesota and was hoping to see him later this year. That was taken away from her on Saturday when police say someone shot and killed John while he was driving on I-70 with his wife and 3 kids in the car.
And those poor kids, they had to watch him be shot in front of them. Who does that?
Aurora police think street racers may have been involved, and it's not clear if they were targeting each other or John. Becky says she found out what happened from John's wife, who helped keep the kids safe.
That moment where you look over and you know your husband's dead, and yet you take over and make sure that everybody else is still okay.
His kids no longer have a father, someone who loved family and the rodeo. It's why friends call him Cowboy.
So much that was taken from us. There's just so much.
Police are still looking for the person responsible, and the family is still searching for answers about why someone who cared so much is now gone.
I just want to know why they thought that was a decision that they should make.
That was Kelly Rinke reporting. All of John's kids are under the age of 10. The fire department where he works says that their procession will pass the Daniels station in Estes Park around 8:25 this morning if you would like to come out and show your support.
So sad. A former Loveland police officer pleaded guilty to a charge of failure to intervene. It's a relatively new charge created under Colorado's police reform law in 2020. Daria Jalali was involved in Karen Gardner's arrest 2 years ago. Gardner, an older woman with dementia, was accused of stealing $14 of stuff from Walmart. Another Loveland police officer dislocated her shoulder, broke her humerus, and sprained her wrist while he was arresting her. Jalali and 3 other officers eventually resigned. Another former officer, Austin Hopp, pleaded guilty to assault earlier this year and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Jalali will be sentenced in early August.